So welcome to our team call tonight. We are here with Danny. I'm going to let her do her introduction. Let me take my Facebook off. Oh, there we go. Okay, so I'm going to this is actually Danny's team call. I'm just using my computer, and then we are going to first do feedback from tonight's event, and then some other topics. So go ahead.
Okay, hey guys, thanks for jumping on the call. I'm super excited that we're here together tonight. I always run down my team success club, points for the beginning of my team call. So I want to do that real quick because I think they deserve to be recognized. So for October, this is just ending out the month of October for Team Fight for Fit. We have Debbie with 14 success club points. Congratulations, Debbie. Brittany Gray with 6. Alexis Henriksen with 6, Lacey Pogue with 6, Esther Grigger with 2, Caitlin Wilson with 2, Sasha Letts with 2, Shannon Tranza with 2, and Kelsey Bernowski with 2. So way to go, guys. I'm proud of you all. And a couple of you pulled that out at the end of the month, so way to go. So, okay, let's talk about what just happened.
God.
We were all really overwhelmed and stressed out and how our phones are blowing up.
Okay, so I think we need to stop posts from coaches or anybody by like 7:30 p.m. Like the random here's my wine, which is cool before, but then people were commenting on it later. And that was coming to the top. So I think we make a rule that no commenting on photos unless they are the videos after it starts at 8. Because what happens is the last post that's commented on or liked goes to the top of the event. So no commenting on anything other than videos after 8 p.m. Like, I think your post should be made in there by 7:30 at the latest if you want to. I actually think we should just what do you think about making just one post and say, post your happy hour selfie below? Would that be best? Okay, so we don't have 17. Okay, post happy hour selfie below. And that could be a graphic that we make. Or whatever. Okay, so that would be maybe 7:30, and then 7:45 will be an icebreaker. We were still eating dinner, so I didn't even get to comment or really look at. Okay, and then 8 o'clock on the dot, we'll start with our post. So what other feedback did you, and I think we should talk about notifications. Do you think the notifications should be in the description?
Can you set notifications off for an event?
Good question, Sarah. I don't know.
Can you go in there and see?
I'll look on my phone.
Okay. Danny's gonna check. Okay.
I think you can though.
I feel like you can.
If you can't, maybe do a post at 8:50 or something and just remind, or just do it in the Team Run Pink, reminding people to not tag all your coaches.
Yeah, I don't think we should do that anymore either.
Doesn't look like you can.
I think we should tag them all in the icebreaker.
Yeah. And then just in the icebreaker even have don't forget to refresh and all that, because it was a hot mess.
Even when refreshing though, it would when I was doing it, I was on my phone and I would see video number 3, even though video number 7 was up.
We can't help that because people were commenting on it.
Right.
And I think if we are not, so don't tag your people. We'll only tag in icebreaker.
We can pin the post at the top.
Yeah, that would be a good idea.
Every time we post something new, we can pin it at the top for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Everybody has to be in it.
Oh,
Like the current video.
yeah.
Can you pin in an event?
Yeah.
I I wonder if anybody, well, yeah, because I added you all as,
Posts.
hosts.
Yeah, because April did it by accident.
Yeah.
During.
And we will need to make a description and tell them that, because I didn't know what a pin post was before.
That might confuse more people because it's so quickly moving. Like the pin post is going to change every, so if they're not, I don't know.
I almost wish we had like a little more time on each post because
Why don't we just make it an hour?
That's what I think.
We've got 8 videos. 7
Don't
minutes?
try.
7:56, right? Do we want to do, is 7 minutes long enough, or?
I mean, like we were all really good at keeping them to like 4 minutes, but it's just too quick. And it's like those questions or comments below, like that's why it was mass chaos. I don't know how it was in Carolyn's event, but I felt like that's why it was so crazy, was because it was nonstop.
Why don't we can do every 7 minutes and it would still be an hour. So I think that even though it's just 2 minutes, that might help a little.
Yeah, and even if we get like a little bit of a head start and post at like 7:58 to give ourselves like a couple extra like minutes ahead of time.
I agree.
Maybe that when they get there at 8, there's a video, it's ready to go, people are already watching it, and then we could buy ourselves a little time,
Okay, yeah. That's cool.
Can you close the wall so people can't post on it? Or was that just the coaches that could post on it? Because how you were saying, like, stop posting on the wall,
No,
like, is that?
anybody could post, because like I saw one from Debbie and Ashley, and they weren't hosts. So I think anybody can post.
Can you close that off?
I don't know.
I don't know. I'll look into that.
What is there another like forum that we could use for this kind of thing? Like, how people use those like live Google things? Like if we kind of, I mean, is it harder to get people on a call like this? Like I felt like there was kind of a lot of confusion. People didn't know where to go. Like my team was like, is it a regular Zoom call? Like, I don't know. And I felt like I explained it so thoroughly, and people were asking for dial-in information and stuff in the event.
I kind of like that idea, actually. Like if everybody called in, but we play the video, like we could do it every 5 minutes then. Like we hit play, it plays on the Zoom, they get like a minute to jot some notes down, we hit play again, and then we could have somewhere where they could, like the event page, they could go back and ask questions there or something afterwards.
Like April shares her screen with the videos.
Right.
One after the other. And then you also get to like see everybody's face. Like if they like it, if they don't like it.
Them to like take notes and jot down questions or something during, and then they go back to the event page in order to ask questions or something like that.
I don't know if you could, I don't think we can use Zoom. I think we'd need to use a different platform, because let me check and see if I can listen to.
I don't think you could watch videos on Zoom.
No either.
Oh.
Really?
But
This is because you've decided to sign up as a coach on our team, and I'm super excited to have you. So
could you hear?
Yeah.
I'm going to take you through a little bit about.
Okay. So I guess we can do that.
No.
And that would eliminate the notification.
And people like me that don't know how to refresh their event. I know, shocking that I don't know how to do something, but I just had to keep exiting out and going back in.
I can't talk about this conversation right now.
I'm just saying it would be helpful for people that, a lot of these people are not coaches, so they're not like used to all this kind of stuff.
All right. So we could still do an event. They could click going, And in the event, we can post the
icebreaker.
icebreaker and all the other things, and then a link to the Zoom. So that way we can still know who plans on coming to follow up. So it would still be an event and a Zoom. And we could still do, icebreaker. And because there is a pinned post, do you think maybe like Wednesday, it's on a Tuesday. So maybe like Sunday, we could pin a post of a video of a short, like, this is what's going to happen. We are going to post icebreakers in here. We're going to be on a live Zoom call and encourage them to comment in the Zoom chat. And because there will be so many of us there, other coaches will be able to answer questions and things too.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Is Carolyn's event, was hers this chaotic? Or is there something that she has figured out that we do not know yet?
I don't know. She was going to, she's in Florida. So she told me she couldn't talk to us till November 12th. So we didn't talk to her. I think that a Zoom would be best and people can hop on anytime. And then at the end, the closing, we still do the closing post with a link to all of the videos that we watched.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Okay, so do you
And you can record it.
Yeah, and then we can record it. Do you think we need a pinned post video to describe what we're doing that week?
It can't hurt.
I would think that's still a good idea because then you can still track who plans on coming.
Yeah, so video of what to expect.
Yeah.
And on the Zoom call, you can actually see who's actually on it. And, it's more official than just clicking going, like for the prizes.
Yeah. And then on the Zoom call, well, the prize is for anybody that clicks going because we want you to be in there and get the notifications and stuff. So Zoom call, once we're on the Zoom call, then we can just use the live chat and all of the coaches and people can be interacting. So I think it's also important to make a post about using the Zoom chat.
I think that's okay. So at the same time, maybe we should encourage them to write down their questions or post their questions in the event. That way people can see them later.
You can copy and paste from your chat.
Oh, okay.
I'm just thinking if you're here and then trying to figure out, because I can't even figure out where Zoom goes sometimes to like go back to something else. So if we all in the chat and then I can copy and paste the chat before or whoever's posting. Would that work? Okay.
We can try it.
And then I've done it before. So copy and paste chat into doc and then we just share it with group. Any other thoughts, feedback?
In the little video, you should explain Zoom and that they need to download it ahead of time and how the chat feature works so that people know how to chat.
I know chat is harder from your phone, but
people like you, Melissa.
I love you.
Most confused. Don't even.
I didn't have any problems tonight, actually. So
I'm just saying. It runs in the family somehow. I just got the technology gene.
Okay. Anything else on that before we move on? I still think it was fun, and people were like, and Sarah, your video was a big hit, so that was cool. They definitely liked that a lot.
I'm gonna post up the actual pick monkey things that I made that were embedded in them, so that they could see them all.
That'd be awesome, yeah. And I don't want to so overwhelm them this coming week with post, but I think maybe hey, here's a final recap, and then we can comment on there in the event to kind of follow up with people. So Jessie, you'll make that post. Should she make the post about the prizes tonight or tomorrow?
Well, don't they have to sign up by tomorrow night for the prize?
Yeah.
I was thinking of doing one tonight and then one tomorrow.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Yeah. maybe like midday.
Like a reminder tomorrow.
Yeah, like a lunchtime reminder. All right. Well, I think it went well. I mean, I'm glad we did it. Glad we got it out of the way. We did it super fast. I think we decided what Friday we were going to do it, and then Thursday night, and then it was happening. So go us. And
I have 2 girls that want to do it.
Really?
Yeah, I'm going tomorrow to get one signed up.
That's so exciting. Yeah. Debbie has one. Cool. Yeah. Follow up with everybody. And I would just be like, you know, oh my gosh, I'm so excited to, don't even say like, holy notifications, I'm so sorry. Don't even like talk about it. Just go in, you know, oh, I'm so glad that was so fun. That was the first time. So thanks for trying it out with us. Kind of thing. So, okay. So, I know it's late, so we're going to talk about, you want to just go do some brief fall classic tips like you did on your last call real quick?
So it's Fall Classic Month, and that means we get extra prizes, basically. Here's the thing. You want to push hard for Fall Classic, but you should be doing it no matter what, right? So, hold on one second. It's a little loud in here. We should be doing these things no matter what. We kind of tend to push ourselves a little bit harder during Fall Classic, but I'm here to tell you that as a coach that signed up 15 days before Team Cup started, not this year but last year, having my first full month as a coach be a Team Cup month set the precedence for how I was going to behave as a coach from then until forever.
And you have like 22 Success Club points.
33.
Oh, I'm sorry, 33.
But that's irrelevant. Because the 21-day fix launched that month too. But seriously though, so I like to encourage my brand new coaches to sign up for Fall Classic, even though if they don't even to the point where they understand what a Success Club point is. Because if you set yourself up to work this hard and this diligently from the beginning, then there's no reason why it shouldn't be non-negotiable from here until the end of time. So that's tip number 1, is you shouldn't be doing anything differently than you're already doing if you're doing the 3 vital behaviors. Tip number 2 is to create a brand new contact list. 100 or more people, non-negotiable. Go through your Facebook friends, your address book, your phone contacts, your Christmas card list. I don't care. Go through it, write down names, and start over. My team just started some of the moms in my team we started a free mommy group that has been amazing. And what I did was I took my contact list that I made last week and I went through it and I highlighted all the mommies on the list and then I went and I took and wrote my 3 to 5 names per day on my schedule or my calendar. I wrote all the mommies on there first because I'm going to reach out to them, and the first thing I'm going to talk to them about is, hey, did you see my post the other day about my new Bumps and Babies group? You know, I know you're a mommy too, and I thought maybe you'd like to join us. And that is going to be my lead way. So if you have something like that, like some sort of forum that you're running with your team or whatever that you could.
Planks and thanks.
Yeah, planks and thanks, whatever. Your free group. If you're doing something special for the holidays, it doesn't matter. But use something to lead into a conversation. But you need to have a brand new contact list. Like I said, 100 or more people, because if you are doing 3 to 5 contacts a day, 100 people gets you 3 contacts a day for 30 days, and 5 gets you 100, or 150 gets you 5. So 100 to 150 people, non-negotiable. You should be setting Success Club as a non-negotiable goal as well. Success Club 15 for every person on your team should be the goal, because the tier 3 prize is 45 points per team. So if there's 3 of you, 15 points per person would be fair, right?
Did you know what they are? I forget. I can't remember. Does anybody know off the top of their head what they are?
Prizes? I don't remember.
I'll look later. I downloaded them. I can't remember.
What else? Offering incentives is always a good thing for Team Cup month. If you want to offer, we have 21-day fix on sale right there. That's huge. So you should be using that to your advantage. But if you want to offer a free gift or a free, $5 back that you send them in their thank you card or PayPal them, that works too. $10 if you're feeling really froggy. We don't want to see you give away all your commission.
I'm feeling froggy.
We don't want to see you give away all your commission, but at the same time, if you have people that have been literally like floating on the edge for a really long time, then that's a really great way to push them usually.
It can also be something as simple as a shaker cup, and
Right.
people are like, oh, I need another one. You can buy 6 shaker cups for $9 off your website.
Right.
So
any free gift is awesome. I've also done a raffle. I've said, I'm going to send you a free gift, but I'm also going to take everybody that has joined my challenge at the end of the month and enter their name into a drawing for a cookbook that has 101 recipes that go with your program. And I raffle off a Fixate cookbook. So that's an awesome idea too. And I think I saw Danielle comment that she is offering $10 back per person for referrals as well, which is a really, really good idea. So if you get somebody that's like gung-ho on board the second you mention like, that you're doing this, those are the kind of people that you want to be like, hey, do you have any friends that want to do this with you? Because if they're gung-ho, then they're going to sell it to their friends immediately too.
I got like 4 referrals off this one chick the first month I signed on as a coach. Like, it was ridiculous. They all bought challenge packs. So just ask. You never know. And if somebody is in a sorority, you need to sign them up as a coach, because Irene just signed up as a coach and freaking sold like 5 challenge packs. She's like, I just have a lot of girls that have a lot of money and want to look good. I'm like, anybody in a sorority needs to be a coach, I've decided.
That's true. What else? Honestly, other than that, you need to just be doing your 3 vital behaviors every day. You need to not be making excuses. When I filled out my calendar, I was looking at the days and I was like, oh, that's Thanksgiving. Whoops, wrote 5 names down. Oh, well, guess I'm going to talk to him anyway. Oh, that's my baby shower. I'm going to be busy all day. Oh, well, going to talk to him anyway, because it's what I got to do, right? I have goals I'm pushing, and so you should be too. You got anything else for tips?
Get in touch with your team too. Like, I have a group chat with Tasha and Audrey, and every day we're like, what 3 people did you talk to for coaching? Who did you present the presentation to? And like, it's like almost like you want to almost to be like a friendly competition, like, oh, snap, I just invited 10 people to coaching. Drop the mic, you want to be having like friendly competitions and things with people. And I don't care if you are like SC0 in the middle of the month and you're like, oh, I feel like I'm letting them down. Don't go MIA. I would rather you just keep talking and don't feel like you're letting anybody down. If you give up, you're letting us down. But if you're checking in and talking, that's fine. So I would definitely just make, like, at the very least, you're going to make 2 really good friends by the end of this. And just, go for the Bubble Pop Challenge. I posted a new one too, but this has just been absolutely amazing that every single time I invite somebody to a challenge group or coaching, they go in the bubble, and then it makes it really easy to follow up with too. So yeah, just make sure you do tracking, because that's everything.
And it's November 3rd, so if you haven't talked with your teammates, your Fall Classic teammates, the other 2 people, about your goals, individual and group, and you haven't said, I will have SC, I'm looking at mine so I can tell you, 16 and 6 for my account and my husband's account. I will be 2-star qualifying by the end of the month. I will rank advance 3 coaches. I will sign 2 coaches under each account. Like, if you don't have those goals laid out for each individual person on your team, then you need to get your shit together now, because it is the 3rd and that should have been done last week. Mm-hmm. Okay? So get it together, and because once you have those goals in front of you, like, I'm looking at them on my board. I know that what my goals are. And every time I look up from my computer, I'm reminded of them every day. So those goals need to be laid out in front of you, and your teammates need to know what they are, because then you guys can remind each other of them.
I think I'll just stay here and work with you here.
Okay.
Can we do 2 calls like this?
I'll tell Maddie. I'll break the news to Maddie.
Oh, poor guy. Okay, so that's good for Fall Classic, and Danielle and I both actually did a whole call on Fall Classic last month too. So you can go back and watch those. How to follow up with people you've invited in the past. And there's a group that Carolyn Marone created. It's called Invite Like a Boss.
Yeah.
And it's been pretty helpful for new coaches. So feel free to get them in there. We've been posting screenshots and sample things about how to invite people. And one other thing I posted, and I made it into a group doc, was like, hey, Name, how was your Halloween? Happy November, and just went straight into inviting into our next challenge group. And I had 2 people say, oh my gosh, that's so crazy that you must have, that your timing is, excellent, because I was literally just thinking I need to get my butt in shape. So that is a Google Doc. I just made it yesterday, I think, or 2 days ago. So check that out. And that is only for people that you've already talked to about 21 Day Fix and maybe they said no. And from now on, when somebody tells you no, when you've gone through the process, have a no list and call that your emergency list. And that you can, follow up with them to make sure they're in your free group. But then it makes it easy for next month for you to send that kind of message like, holy cow, I cannot believe it's freaking December. How the heck are you doing? I have a group that's getting started, and I thought, I would love for you to join me because we're focusing on going into 2016 looking hot. We are not going to wait till January 1st to wait for our New Year's resolution. So keep that no list. That's a good thing. Call your emergency list. If you listened to the National Wake Up Call last week, that's what she talked about, and that makes it easy to kind of go in for that because you've already talked to them, broke down the price, and yada yada.
And that ties into the Fall Classic too, and the 21 Day Fix sale being extended, because your no list from last month when the 21 Day Fix sale was on and we didn't know if it was going to be extended. You can go back and follow up with them and be like, oh my God, girl, guess what? I know last month wasn't the time for you, but this sale got extended, and I just thought maybe you would want to know because I thought maybe this time would be better, or maybe you want to talk to your husband about getting it for you for Christmas or whatever. So, using your no list as a follow-up list, especially towards the middle to end of the month when you start feeling like you're running out of prospects and, you really want to really push in to hit your goals for Success Club, using your no list as a follow-up list is a great way to do that too, with the 21 Day Fix being extended. Because now that it's been extended, it's probably not going to be on sale again until like January or February, unfortunately.
How to make new contacts every day. Okay, so my favorite thing is Instagram right now with the 5-3-1 method. Don't make that face, Debbie. Okay, so I want you to, first and foremost, watch there. It is called, and I'll repost, actually no, go to our team group and search Instagram Impact, IMPACT. There is a document that has all the login information. If you're in the Imitate My Instagram group, it's also in there. It'd probably be easier to find in there. But I give you the login, and it's $100 training from Shalene Johnson. And there's one point where she talks about hashtags. And I want you to go in there and take a look because it's different modules. And you can watch all of them if you want, but specifically the hashtags, she talks about how to, oh, by the way, you don't have to pay the $100. I already split it with Kelly and I'm sharing it with you. Oh my gosh, you hear me stomach? It sounds like I'm crapping myself right now. But it talks to you about, like, you don't want it to be super broad, and then you also don't want it to be like, I was using like hashtag Will Squat for guac, and I was like the only freaking person using that. I was like, this is not helpful. So you want to make sure that it's enough that, maybe like in the 10,000, 100,000 range, but not millions and not 10. So
yeah, and I don't know if you guys noticed this or not, but now when you type a hashtag into Instagram, it will drop down options when you start to type like predictive text, and it'll tell you how many people have hashtagged that. Mm-hmm. So you can scroll through those if you have like a general idea, like if you want to use guac, you start typing in guac, it's going to give you a list of options. You want to go and find the one that's got, 50 to 250 shares and not 2,000 or whatever. You want to refine your search.
And then I save, you can't really see them, but I save all of my hashtags. I have 2 sets of 25 into the notes section of my phone, so I can just copy and paste onto every post. And it doesn't matter. They all have to be 25 separate, but I don't want you to get overwhelmed with that. Start with like at least 20 hashtags. And you don't want to just be like hashtag fitness. That's too broad. So watch that Shalene Johnson video. She'll teach you about hashtags, and then you can just slap them on there. Then I want you to use those. Yes, you'll put it in the comment, not in the caption. And then you can use those hashtags to search to do the 531. So one of the ones I use is hashtag love to run. And I go to that and I like a bunch of photos. And then if something speaks to me, I go to there, I click on them, and I like 5 photos, I comment on 3, and then you usually get 1 follower back from that. So that's the 531 method. And when you comment, it's not just like, good job, or thumbs up. Like, ask an open-ended question that's going to make them comment back. And I actually am hiring one of my best friends. She's always on Instagram anyways, and she's like always looking for jobs. She's just kind of miserable in her job, so she's already on Instagram. We're best friends. She talks just like me. I'm paying her $25 a week. You could probably pay somebody less, but I want to make sure she's able to eat because she makes no money. And she's going to just comment and do the 531 and interact with people for me. So if you have somebody that you're close to that, maybe you're just paying them for an hour or 2, and that's something that I know I need to do, but I'm not really good at doing that because I don't always make the time for it. And if I would have her going to the point and I show her where I'm like, oh my gosh, I just stalked the crap out of you. I love your post. Are you on Facebook? Because I would love to connect with you there. So you can either do that. Me, I'm delegating that out because I do have somebody that knows Instagram, is basically so similar to me in personality and interest that I can do that. But, so if that's something that stresses you out, see if you can delegate it out. Do you have a sister? Do you have a good friend that's already into that? You could always do that too.
And we learned some valuable lessons with Instagress. If you're using Instagress, which we highly recommend that you are, because that's where I was being nice. That's where we put our hashtags, and we let the robot like pictures for us. So this is where you need to know which hashtags are refined enough. But anyway, that lesson we learned is that you have to be really careful about what you're commenting, because you might be commenting on really large men's photos with like hearts in your eyes and things like that. So just be really careful with the comments that you're using. Stick to emojis because it's a robot, okay? It's not going to comment. It's not going to necessarily know that it's commenting like, you look great, girl, on a picture of a bowl of salad. So you don't want, you want to be really careful. So let's stick with smiley faces and muscles and thumbs up and clapping hands and things like that. It's not Instagram. Is that your stomach?
It was like,
Instagram can't decipher men from women. There's no filter for that yet. So you are going to be commenting on anybody that's using those hashtags. You got to be really careful.
I love this cat in the corner.
And on top of that, though, what you can do if you're commenting on people's pictures with, the thumbs up or whatever, the clapping hands kind of thing, when they comment back, you use those people as the people that you're looking to see if their account strikes you as someone that you might want to use the 531 method on. So I don't even know what's happening right now.
But I hate cats.
I do too. Okay.
Wait, really quickly, let me show you how you can monitor your account, because I just
we
found
learned
this out.
this too.
Matt found out that for me that I could find out how to monitor this, because apparently I like a lot of black men without shirts on Instagram. So, okay, when you're on your Instagram account, if you can get your phone out, there is on your profile, well, you can't see it, there's on the top right, when you're looking at, like mine says April K. McDonald, and I can see all my posts, the 3 buttons on the top right, and then it says like follow people, account, scroll down under my account, there's a post you've liked section.
if you click on that, it'll show you pictures of all the posts that you've liked on Instagram or that Instagram has liked for you. So then you can scroll through there and be like, ooh, accident, and then unlike it, right? So that we don't have any sketchy business happening on our Instagram accounts or jealous anybody or whatever, offended family members or spouses or whatever. So we cannot find a way to figure out, to monitor who you've commented on, which is why I'm giving you the disclaimer about stick with emojis and ones that don't insinuate things.
I think for the most part, Instagram will like the picture it comments on, because I did see comments on some of them in here. But yeah, I think for the most part it likes it and comments, so it all shows up here.
But it's recommended maybe once a week to take a look at that post I've liked section if you're I
would say more than
Instagram.
that, because if you're on high, you're liking a lot of photos throughout the week. But
and just make sure there's no sketchy business being liked so that you don't have weirdos following you.
Yeah. So, and then the last one was, importance of knowing team schedule. So right now is our 7-day clean eating group. Danielle and Alicia are hosting that for us. Yay. So, it's been, kind of quiet. So make sure that you guys are posting in there as well. If I didn't add anybody this time, but I do have people from the past. So I've been trying to pop in there. Danielle, do you have a post this week coming that you're going to try to encourage them to talk to them about the 21-day fix?
I don't think so, but I can add one.
Yeah, just do like a before and after photo. What do you think, guys? Wednesday, Thursday? Sorry. Oh, wait, is today Wednesday? No, today's tomorrow or Thursday. And just be like, how's everything going, guys? I'm so excited if you guys have liked, what we've been doing. Sorry. So much noise for a little man. If you guys liked what, feeling great, feeling your body, I can't talk. You know what I mean?
Catching the baby brain. Sorry.
We'd love for you to join us in our next 3-week fitness and nutrition boot camp starting next week. Or you can say the following week, like whatever. Our group starts November 9th, and you can still tell them that. And even if they order, they would still have their workout, so they could, kind of get ready and meal prep and things, and clean out their cupboards while they're waiting. So just make a kind of post like that. Use it before and after.
Is there an open group or just you? Because I know, like mine, the one that Jesse and Amanda and I are doing started Monday.
Yeah, and mine's November 9th. Anybody can add theirs to it.
Okay.
I kind of said, like, I would love for you guys to do your own, but if you are doing one that's already started, what I did is I just kept adding people, but I wrote down when people started. I make them tell me their start date, so I know, where they're at. Ideally, you would have them all the same start date. If you want to, I would rather have them all in the one group, even if they're not the same start date. But if you want to say, okay, anybody that started November 2nd is in this group, anybody that started November 9th is in April's group, you can do that too, whatever works. Okay.
But when you make the post, Danielle, don't worry about putting a date in it. Just say, contact the coach that added you to find out when their next fitness and nutrition boot camp starts in November or something like that.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
Because it's going to be different for all of us now that we're all kind of doing our own thing.
Okay.
Okay, Imitate My Instagram was supposed to start this week, but we had a million things in one, so I am going to start it next week. So just start talking to your coaches about it if they want to do it. I'll make a post probably Thursday about it, Thursday or Friday. So just reach out to your coaches and please keep a running list of who your coaches want to join, or if you do, and then I'll make a post and I will have everybody comment there, because I'm just going to pick and choose people from that list. So.
And just remember that I know April and I anyway, both on our team pages have as the banner, the schedule of groups, right?
Yeah.
So you're responsible for knowing when the groups are, and whether you guys look at us as your leaders or not, and you're still the leader of your own team. And it comes down to that quote, the speed of the leader is the speed of the pack. Every time, hands down, no matter what, okay? And there's times when we forget that too. In April last week, when I was feeling like complete crap and didn't want to do my team call, sent me a message and said that, and I was like, damn you, and I did my team call anyway.
And then I canceled mine.
And I'm glad that I did, and I felt better afterwards. So, but whether you have no coaches underneath you or you have 200 coaches underneath you, it doesn't matter. You're still setting an example. And if you have no coaches underneath you and you're just dragging along because you don't, and you're not following the groups, and you're not keeping up with Coach Basics and Push for Emerald and Push for Diamond and Dash to Diamond and all that stuff, then guess whose fault it is that you don't have any coaches, because you're not doing what you should be doing, right? So the speed of the leader to the speed of the pack. It doesn't matter how many coaches you have or if you don't have any. But keep up with what we're doing and keep yourself informed. I feel like I'm talking to Liz.
I'm sorry. I don't know where it went. Okay. Let me share screen. That's why I couldn't do it. I didn't share the screen yet. I was like, where is my people?
Apparently Trey Bear got engaged.
Oh, good job, Trey. I was trying to do this. Sorry. I felt like I was missing something. Oh, what do we want to do, Sarah? Do we want to do another 5-day sneak peek, or do we want to just do this every week? What do we think we should do?
About every other week.
Sweet. Sarah.
Where'd you go?
Hold on, you're muted.
Oh. Sarah, you're talking to yourself, girlfriend.
Girlfriend. I muted you everyone a while ago. Oh, is she frozen? Okay, there you go.
Am I unmuted? Oh my gosh, I was just talking to myself for 5 minutes.
You probably were.
Yeah.
I don't know. I love the sneak peek group, and for me, I got a lot of pushback about time. Like, people were like, I'm not going to be home at that time or whatever. Like, will you ever do it again? So I kind of felt like the sneak peek group, people can watch as they have time throughout the day. Like, I didn't really have so much pushback about the 5-day thing.
Right.
Once they were in it and I was following up with them, like, I didn't feel like I got so much pushback about time. Like, I'm not going to be home at that time, or, whatever the case was.
Okay.
So I would definitely still do the sneak peek group. I don't know that, I would continue to advertise, the regular, this format every single time. Like, I might switch it up, so that it's not so predictable kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay. What if we did the second Monday is 5-day sneak peek, and then the last Monday or the last week, one day of the week, the last week of the month, we do the happy hour.
Yeah, I would think that right before month end.
Yeah, and then do the incentive giveaway to seal the deal. Like, if you sign up by the 30th or the 31st,
right,
whenever, you get entered to win a prize.
I agree. I mean, I don't know, how do you guys feel about the sneak peek? April and I were saying that some months it's really good. There's a lot of engagement, and, Danny, I said this to you too, some months it's a lot of activity, and then other months it's kind of quiet. And I just think that it's a matter of who's putting people in there and what.
I agree.
But there's no time pushback, because people aren't going to be like, oh, this week isn't good for me, if you're not giving them a specific, oh, you have to watch it at 10 p.m. or whatever the case is. So I think that it gives them more option for time.
Do you think we want to take the videos from this, since they're so short, and put that into the 5-day and maybe shorten it to a 3-day?
Yeah, we could do that. We can do that. And then, I really liked the videos this round.
Me too. I think they're better.
Yeah, and I was just thinking, Sarah, when you were saying that even though there's no time pushback, a lot of times I have people that I put in there that don't end up watching the videos at all, because we post them while they're at work, and then they forget about them, and then they're like, oh, I haven't even had time to watch them yet, and it's Wednesday, and I'm like, well, now you're 6 videos behind, so you know what I mean? And then they never take the time to catch up. So yeah. I kind of agree with that. Short, sweet, 3 days.
And then still have a closing post, because I just realized we never did a closing post that had everything right there that they could easily watch.
Right.
And so at the very least, maybe somebody doesn't interact for the 3 days, you can say, hey, here's our wrap up.
Yeah.
Mhm.
This is going to be a learning experience no matter what. It's going to take us a couple months to get this. It took us a while to get the 5-day sneak peek perfected. So it's going to take us a while to get either the happy hour or 3-day or whatever perfected.
Mm-hmm. I can do a shaker cup giveaway every time for the 5-day sneak peek too until I don't have them anymore because I think I still have
too. I have
$2
tons of stuff.
Yeah, I have giveaways that we
I have a ton of stuff also.
So I think with the 3-day sneak peek, we should now do giveaways, make it 3 days, and then do a closing post with all videos.
What do you guys think of like completely scrapping the group that we have now and kind of starting fresh so that, do you like that there's people from months past in there, or?
I think what each person should do is go in there, and I think it'll group it by your friends first when you go to members.
Yeah, it does.
Write down everybody that hasn't signed up and make a note of them and kind of put them on your emergency list. And I think we should start a new group because my thought is, if I was in a group and maybe I didn't remove myself or whatever, maybe I was like, oh, I don't want to be rude and remove myself, I probably would either turn the notifications off or ignore it every time I saw it because it was the same generic post every time.
Yeah.
So I think it'll be cool to scrap that, get a new one, and then take all those members that haven't signed up yet that you're in and just add them to your emergency list.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think that a huge step that we took was making the videos ourselves a couple months back.
Right.
And then now, like, we have them and they're even more compact and they're better and, whatever. So I think that that's huge for us. And, there's no set way to do it. We can kind of reinvent the wheel in that respect. So I'm excited about that. I'm really passionate about the coaching sneak peeks because I've had great turnaround from them. So whatever you guys want to do.
Yeah, I think I like everything that we've been talking about. The only thing is that if we stick with the normal schedule for the 5-day sneak peek and change it to a 3-day, it's going to start on Monday again. And we just had this happy hour tonight.
I think that's fine though, because it could be different people, and November 18th is your deadline. So I think with new coaches signing on, honestly, a lot of you don't have to do it.
No,
either,
I know.
But like,
Also, I'm sure people had people that couldn't attend today.
Right.
Right.
Hey, it was such a big hit. We actually put it into a 3-day group.
And we'll all be able to, Sarah, you and your team can do it. If you need anything, let us know, but we can do the same thing. Kind of, you just take that Google Doc that we already had, and that's your post right there. So
do you want to do it 2 a day still? Do we have enough for that then? There's 9, right?
There's 8, right?
And the closing. So 9. Yeah.
Maybe a 4-day?
I think 3-day would work.
I think 3 a day I think they're only 4-minute videos. If you post
Just do 3 a day, and then the second day. How many are there? 8.
What's
Yeah.
the closing though?
Do 3 Monday and Tuesday. Do
Well,
2.
the closing is 9, so there's really 9 altogether. So 3 a day.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
We could even do the closing post the next day, kind of like we do for the sneak peek. That one,
Yeah, whatever. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
right. Like, I had a ton of people who were like, please consider me next time. I can't make it tonight.
Okay, cool.
Oh.
Yeah, and anybody that you invited, if they were going, write them down and make sure to reach out to them tonight or tomorrow. Anybody that you invited that said maybe, make sure you reach out to them and invite them to the next group, even if because sometimes people just take multiple exposures too.
Right.
So it's good. It's good. You got something to invite them to on Monday.
I agree.
And participate in groups. If you are starting a new challenge group, you're in our new challenge group, don't just expect people to post if you're not. You're obviously eating, so take pictures of your food, post it in there. Talk about your workouts. Also, go check out Danielle Mullen. You've been doing awesome, girl. Is she still here? Where did she go? I don't think she's here. But she's been doing really good. It's kind of like I can tell that she's kind of mimicking Melanie Mitro. What she's been doing is just like, I did my workout today. Like, you should always have that like workout accountability post. People know to expect that from you. They know it's going to happen. So yeah.
And ask questions. I get so much interaction on posts where I just ask a question. There doesn't have to be a picture. There doesn't have to be anything like this huge long paragraph. Like literally, I can come up with a million questions a day about being pregnant. It's ridiculous.
Right, in the free
like,
groups too, like anything.
Just post a question and ask people's opinions, or give them do a survey. Like, oh, I'm going to get my hair done. Which color do you like, A or B? I mean, I've gotten like 200 comments on posts like that when I'm lucky if I get 2 sometimes on other things.
Honestly, hair and makeup gets so much interaction.
Hair, makeup, nails, outfits. If you have like a wedding coming up or something, which dress do you like better, A or B?
Yeah. And then in your groups too, I would try to get to know people, you know, like, hey, I'm having a girls' night tonight. What do you guys, what's your like go-to for, you know, appetizers and things when you have people over or things like that? Like, just make sure that you're building connections with them. Like, hey, what movie? We have a spontaneous dinner date tonight. What movie do you guys suggest? Because the closer you can become with your clients and get them all to interact together, the more, like my first challenge group, the first time I did it before, when I was kind of doing a test group and I just had my clients, they all like became friends, and then and 3 or 4 of them signed up as coaches, and they already were good friends, and they were kind of doing the coaching thing together, which was cool. They were like success partners kind of thing.
And the other thing is, it doesn't matter if you really are interested in the opinion of like the actual answer to the question, or it doesn't matter if you already know the answer to the question. So like you might say, oh, I'm going out to dinner tonight with my husband and I'm going to Red Lobster. What, can somebody help me figure out what the best yellow option is for my, you know, for my side at dinner? You probably already know that the rice is better than the baked potato with sour cream and salt, I hope. But asking that question and getting your challengers to think, like, to know that you want their help that means like a lot to them. Like it makes them feel like they are helping other people too. So you don't have to, you don't think that like it has to be some earth shattering question that you're asking. Just ask questions. Encourage your people to interact.
Radio. Oh my God.
Yeah. Anybody have anything they want to ask us, or any more feedback on anything?
I'm so excited we did that though. Doesn't it feel cool to be like, we did it? I just know that like our team is like growing so much and going into a positive direction for 2016. I'm just really excited. I love that when coaches sign on that they are, you know, I can tell that confidence is different because we've really been focusing on training and building ourselves as leaders, that you know, it gives your coaches a good start instead of being like, maybe you could be Emerald in like 5 months. That'd be great. You know, just to be like, Emerald is easy. You got this. Okay. Amanda, I want to help you out real quick and get some feedback because I know Sarah and Melissa might be really good with this. So Danielle reached out to me today and said, Amanda's been talking to a ton of people, and a couple people have turned around and said no and then bought from somebody else. Is that correct, Amanda? Go ahead. So she was getting frustrated. So I want to have help because sometimes somebody else's input will be helpful, because Amanda's literally like doing what she should be doing. So I want to give some input to her. Go ahead, Amanda. Tell me a little bit more about what you're struggling with.
I guess it's just, I feel like I'm doing everything right and they tell me no, and then I see a couple days later that they post that they bought, you know, they started a trial or whatever and they bought it from somebody else, and it's like, okay, what did I not do? And I guess I've been stressed out too because I gotta take my daughter to her hospital. You know? I don't know if I'm talking, you know, maybe that's coming through, that I'm really stressed out. Or I don't know.
Well, Melissa, go ahead. Were you going to say something?
Yeah, I mean, I've had it happen to me a couple times. Actually, I just had this one I was talking to for a year. She's in all my groups, and even after she ordered, she's still going into my groups. And she posted that she just got her stuff, and I was like, wait a minute, we've been talking about signing her up for months. So I asked her, I was like, hey, congrats, girl. You know, I forget exactly how I said, but I was like, something like, congratulations, did you order online or do you have a coach or something? Like, where'd you get your kit? And she's like, oh, my best friend's a coach. And I was like, oh, well, maybe that's something you should have told me. But, and you know, sometimes it happens, but did you ask any of them, like when it happens, have you sent any of them a message and asked?
I just know it's happened. I just noticed the post like 2 days ago and I haven't said anything yet.
Well, I would send them a message because also this has happened to me a couple times that they have ordered it online or on the website and I was able to switch them to me. You know, that we had talked about it and they just went ahead and ordered it. That's also why it's really great whenever you talk to somebody or whenever you add somebody into their groups, to have them sign up for that free membership. Because then if they order on the website or from anywhere Beachbody, they go underneath you.
Okay.
I have a really good story for this if you guys have a minute. A couple of months ago, I had my best guy friend. He had his best friend's wife. They all went out to dinner one night and they were talking about how she wanted to lose weight. And he told her to message me because I was into it and, you know, I had great results and whatever. And he told her to message me. So this is something, and I think I told April, this is like a girl that I never have talked to before, but it turns out she messages me. We're talking about the 21-day fix and she owned T25 and whatever. We go into this whole thing. And she's like, no, I would never portion my food. I would never like measure out my food and I don't drink shakes. And I was like, okay, like, you know, whatever. And I continued to cheer her on. Her and her husband would do T25. They owned it. You know, they were doing it by themselves, whatever. Cool. A couple of weeks later, months later, whatever, I see her post like day 1, 21-day fix, like whatever it is, the first workout, like total body cardio or whatever, like done and I'm like, what? Like, this is a girl that won't portion, won't drink shakes, whatever. And all of a sudden I see her tag like all of her family, like you could tell it's like her mom and like all of her family is tagged in this post. So come to find out that her cousin had become a coach and got all of her family to buy challenge packs to sign on for her challenge group. A couple of weeks after that, she messaged me and she's like, can I ask you like a couple questions about like coaching? Like, do you think this is something my cousin can become successful at, blah, blah, blah. And she's kind of like prying, trying to ask me money questions, whatever. And I'm just kind of like putting her off. A couple of months later, this is like a month ago, she messages me and she was like, Sarah, I need your help. And she was like, my cousin is nowhere to be found. She got pregnant and she's no longer a coach. And you've always like cheered me on no matter what. And I need you to coach me. I need the like unbiased support and I really need your help. And she turned around and she bought the size challenge pack off of me. Woo! And it was a matter of like when I got that, like she told me no, she bought it from someone else. But regardless of the fact that she did that, I was always cheering her on. Like I always said, like, go girl, good for you. Like go, like whatever. She would post questions or recipes or whatever. I was like, oh, have you made the chicken dish or whatever? And I always cheered her on and I was always positive. And I didn't let the fact that she went like out above me or outside of, my team and bought something like get me. I always cheered her on because if she felt supported and she wanted to better herself, then good for her for going somewhere else and doing that if she connected with someone else better. But I always cheered her on and then she ended up coming back and she's like a long-term client now. I talk to her every single day. So you really never know. So like at one moment, like someone's best friend might be a coach and then at the next minute, like they're gone. So, yeah. Everyone tries to do the right thing and do the friends and family thing and, pay homage to their friends and family and buy challenge packs off of them. But then at the end of the day, when you're consistent and you're still showing up and you're posting results, they're coming back. And that's totally the truth.
Thank you for sharing that, because I bet that's definitely like it hits home with all of us, because it's happened to one of us, all of us, I had a girl I was literally talking to forever about coaching, and she asked me a million questions, was really excited, and then signed up with somebody else and was like, oh, she's just a mom. I felt like I connected with her better. And I was like, well, that was funny, because you didn't feel like you didn't connect with me for the 4 hours of my life you took away from me, and you can't be mad about that, because, like, whatever. I generally am happy for people when they're making decisions that I know is going to better their life, but you don't know. And then some people may sign on and be rock stars, and some people you may think are going to be rock stars and are duds. So, like, just keep talking to more people, encouraging people along the way, and it'll happen for you. I would say make sure you don't dive into talking about money first. Be a really good listener and ask them questions. Make sure you talk to them about their personal life, and make sure that you do go do a good amount of forming before you talk about money. But yeah.
And when you get a no, don't just drop it at that. Say something along the lines of, well, I just want you to know that I'm always here to help, whether you're ready now or you're not ready now, it doesn't matter. I'm always here to help, but if you change your mind, make sure you let me know, because I would love to have you in one of my challenge groups. Because that way they know that they have to come to you to be in your challenge group. Because I've had a lot of people like come to me and be like, or like request to join my group, and I message them and they're like, oh yeah, I already have the 21-day fix. I'm like, well, you got that after you told me no, so in order to be in my group, I have to be your coach, right? So if they just ordered it from the website, they can just switch over to you, and they can make you their coach, and then the problem is solved, and they're your customer in the future if they decide to do something, by Shakeology or whatever later. But just make sure you're always leaving it open to the fact that you're there to help no matter what, anytime, whether it's today, tomorrow, or 12 years from now. You are there. You're their support system, and that you would die to have them in your challenge group when they're ready. Because some people don't understand, like, there's a lot of people out there that don't understand, like, when I'm like, oh, girl, you mean you ordered, and, like, we've been talking for so long, and then you went and ordered, you should have ordered from my website. Like, don't be afraid to say that to somebody either, because a lot of people have been like, wait, I didn't know that it mattered. I didn't know I had to order from your website. A lot of people don't get that, like, we work off of commission, just like, a retail person or a real estate agent or a waiter or waitress works off of tips, whatever. A lot of people don't realize that. So don't be afraid to be nicely blunt with them and say, oh, girl, you should have come to me, because, now somebody else is going to be auto-assigned as your coach. Unless we get that changed, you should have totally ordered through my website, because when you order through a coach, you can get extra stuff for free too. Because they get a bonus DVD when they order a challenge pack from you as a coach, but when they order from the website, they don't get that. So just make sure that you're giving them all of that stuff to work with too.
Yeah, like when the girls are like, I ordered it, yay! And I'm like, you didn't order it? And they're like all excited and thinking that, because sometimes they don't know. No,
they don't.
So don't write that off as like, oh, F you went somewhere else. Like, reach out to them, follow up. And, like Sarah said, I've had people order under other coaches and then switch back to me. She's like, she was a friend. She wasn't there for me. You still add me to your free groups. You're really where I need to be. And we should just keep being you and keep being genuine, and forget about, I know it's really hard, but forget about the money, and they will come back. Even if it's not right away, if you keep being you and you keep being genuine, they will see that. And that's what draws them to us.
I have a girl that I reached out to. She ended up, she was on my list and then ended up signing on as a coach under a friend from high school or something. And I just randomly reached out to her because I was going through my list from like a year ago. And then I messaged her. I was like, hey, how's it going? da. And then I scrolled up and I was like, oh, I forgot she was a coach. And I was like, are you still a coach? How's that going? And she's like, actually, no. She was like, I totally fell off. I love the programs, but my coach wasn't really doing anything. I didn't have the time. And I was like, well, if you already have the stuff and you're drinking your shakes, like, why don't we get you signed back up for a discount? And so she was in the group tonight posting and was like, I love you guys, like, videos and stuff. So she got switched to me for her coach, and her next auto shipment of Shakeology is going to come out under me. So this girl was a coach under somebody else. I reached out to her, and now she's my client and going to probably sign back up as a coach under me. So you just never know.
Yeah, I just had that happen recently too. I have this girl who she kind of caught on that my posts were about the 21-day fix. And she was like, oh my gosh, I love it. It's the best program ever, whatever. And then she always has really awesome social media engagement. And I messaged her, I'm like, I don't know if you've ever thought about it. I know she has a coach. She talks about her coach, whatever. And I was like, I don't know if you've ever thought about it or given it any consideration, but you would be an awesome coach. I see that potential in you. You'd be awesome. And even though she has this person, whether or not that person has brought up the opportunity, is actively working a business or whatever, I invited her tonight to the event. I'm going to keep her on my radar because so many coaches come and go. And that's why we're here. You show up, you be consistent, and you keep posting your consistency, and people will continue to follow you. Because when her coach disappears, where is she going to come to,
I love this. I think that this is so cool. I think that people really need to hear that it's not just a no and then it's just you got to keep following up. And hope that helped, Amanda.
And we're not encouraging coach stealing or client stealing. We're just saying that not everybody's life are like us.
Right, exactly.
We're just saying our team is better than theirs. That's all.
I think that's okay, never mind. I don't think we have to say that, Melissa. We just know.
All right, I think I'm going to poop myself, so I have to go.
I should hear her belly over here.
It's so thank you guys so much for hopping on. All of this is recorded.
Oh, that's it. I don't know.
Okay. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys. See you.